Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto 10-tailed god the Unfallen fallen DxD. Before I start, please support for more amazing content and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by the Blind Ficus and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Story start. Here we are Kagaya. It's just you and me. It took everything I had to get here. Naruto told the deranged goddess as blood coated the entirety of his right. It was all in vain. Everyone here has died following you and their losses have been for naught. Asura, do not be like your brother. This is your final warning, do not die in vain. Kagaya offered him as he stared down at a blood-soaked cloak. I can't give up. If you get past me you'll destroy them all, won't you? Everyone hopes. Everyone's dreams. Vanquished in an instant. But I won't let you do that. Naruto yelled as he clenched his bloody fist. How will you stop me Asura? Even if you have both halves of Hagoromo's power, it won't be enough. It took my children 3 days of constant fighting to beat me. This has going on for 1 week and you haven't won. Kagaya told him as a golden fire with black flames coating parts. Right now, everyone on the battlefield I can feel their hearts beating as on. And we have one goal. To defeat you. Naruto screamed as violet pupils with 9 tomo rotating violently around them. Tell me how. Your leaders are gone. Konoha lies in ashes and your battalion lay around you. Kagaya inquired as various ghostly apparitions appeared behind him. Because we are standing with him. A spectral brunette told her as Spiky Ginger who had her hair tied into a spiked ponytail agreed with her. She's right. You may have the tailed beasts inside of you, but it won't be enough. The red-haired female agreed as a column of sand circled around Naruto to make a jaded armor set. As troublesome as it is, they're right. If you won, then I wouldn't be able to rest. A pineapple-haired teen in a green vest added as the shadows stabbed through Kagaya's body and pinned her to her spot. I am still mad that you have manipulated my family for generations. A ravenette stated bitterly as skeletal hands engulfed in blue lion-shaped fire that was supplied by a lavender-haired specter pinned the furious goddess. It still won't be enough. Kagaya bluffed as she desperately struggled against the shinobi's binding while Naruto went through dozens, borderline hundreds of hand seals. But this will be. Kinjutsu Futago no Tentai Jisatsu KMGEKI Twin Celestial Suicide Attack, Naruto yelled as a blinding gold fire began to inkles around the two fighter and golden flames tore through both of their stomachs. You fool. You are willing to sacrifice your life to prolong a broken system? Kagaya asked as the fires started to pull their flaming bodies towards each other. It's not broken. It just needed to be fixed. With the thought that you possibly returning, everyone unites under a single flag. After removing your lineage, no one will have to worry about you. The Uchiha have been vanquished, and so have we. I'll make sure of it. Naruto stated as pupils morphed into a 9-bladed shuriken. Idiot. You've killed both of us. Kagaya yelled as she attempted to use her Amenominaka while Naruto activated the Kamui ability. Using 2-dimensional warping powers in tandem with a suicidal technique used to exterminate deity-level beings doesn't end well. This is it for us. Mina. Raynare. Naruto told the remaining survivors as the fabric of reality tore open and consumed the two fighters. The only evidence that they stood there was a dried patch of blood and 2 spiraling markings in place of them. Now you fool. Kagaya screamed at him as they flew past countless isolated bubbles and the golden fire burned their bodies while the ashes orbited around them, remaining roughly a meter from either of them. If this is the price for removing you from the elemental nations, I'm willing to pay it. Naruto told the irate goddess as a cloaked figure floated towards two inflamed duo. This isn't the cost of using the technique. The raven-winged figure corrected them as they brandished a massive scythe which was radiating killer intent and glowed with purple flames. Then what is? Naruto questioned the blood-colored redeed as her spectral hand thrust itself through their guts and pulled out 2 glowing energy sources. One was gold and crimson with 9 markings spiraling clockwise. The other one was ivory white and deep red with 10 spiraling markings spinning counterclockwise. What have you done, mortal? Kagaya demanded as the winged figure slammed its scythe's handle into her face. The fires stopped crawling along their bodies and was drawn into the mysterious figure's cloak. Watch your tone, mortal. You're eons too young to take that tone with me. Anyway, this isn't the price of the technique. The price of using it is much worse. Whoever has used the ability, their lives have become entangled. No longer do they exist as 2 people, but a single being. Trapped together in a single body. The scythe wielder informed them as she cleaved through them with her purple flame-coated weapon. Burns. Naruto screamed as the two started to melt together. The surrounding ashes fused to the now singular entity. They had crimson chest-length hair that was tied into a single braid. They had lavender-colored eyes with hints of blue and 9 distinct markings in each. The fusion had 2 ivory horns and a jade tomo necklace. Who am I? The composite figure asked as the cloak being removed their hood, exposing her purple eyes and ivory skin. You are still Naruto. Kagaya has just been fused with Naruto. Your punishment for using the forbidden technique isn't over. You are being sent to Earth, a dimension more advanced than yours. You're being sent into a war zone. Earth is a realm that is filled with supernatural. Enjoy. The Crimson Reaper informed him as the female thrusted the two glowing sphere into his stomach, which sent him flying into one of the bubbles that radiated draconic, divine, and corrupted energy. Unknown location, unknown time. It appears you've woken up. A French-Canadian voice announced as Naruto opened a single eye and stared at a white canvas roof. Where am I? Naruto asked as he sat up and noticed two adults standing in the tent with him. One had black hair with blonde tips and a red medical coat. The other wore standard tan-brown military fatigues, a rounded metal helmet with a triple chevron on his sleeve. Listen, bub. You are in a Canadian military-controlled medical tent. Dr. Oz managed to fix you up. You had second-degree burns, laceration, and blood from your right eye. Luckily, the doc managed to patch you up. It almost seems supernatural. The soldier-dressed figure told him as he lit a cigar and took a long hit from it. Sergeant Howlett, could you refrain from smoking in here? My patient is still recovering from their ailment. Dr. Oz reprimanded SG. Howlett, who smothered their cigar on one of the support beams in the tent. Where am I? Naruto repeated his question as they turned to him and the doctor packed away a glowing card with a set of raven wings on it. You are at an English-controlled encampment roughly 185 kilometers north of Paris, France. SG. Howlett discovered you 100 meters outside of the camp, covered in the debris of a Sopwith baby. The wings were embedded in your back. The fuselage was pinning your legs and trapped you under the burning rubble. Dr. Oz stated as a distant loud explosion went off. I'm going. Naruto told them as he ripped the blood bag out of his arm and tried to move to the opening of the tent. Hold it. We don't know who you are or where you're from. Name, age, anything. SG. Howlett stopped him as blood started to seep out of his heavily bandaged chest and stomach. And Naruto Uzumaki. Ninja of nowhere. Naruto tried to tell them as he attempted to pass them again. Hold it, Naruto, your wounds aren't fully healed. Also, do you think that we would allow you to wander around a military compound? Dr. Oz asked as he set Naruto down on the cot. Especially so because of tomorrow. SG. Howlett added as he strapped him to the cot with leather straps. What's today? Naruto questioned as he looked at the cowhide binding strips. April 8, 1917. The sergeant stated as the two started to exit the tent. By the way, Naruto, an officer will come by to escort you to a holding tent later on. Dr. Oz informed him as they left him to his thought in his tent. Canadian military, Paris, France. Where did they send me? Naruto thought as he stared at his bindings. You haven't realized yet. A familiar voice questioned him as it echoed inside his head. Kurama. Aren't you a sound for sore ears? Where have you been? Naruto asked the tailed vulpine. It'd be better if you saw this yourself. The tailed beast announced vaguely as Naruto felt a familiar pull into his subconscious dimension. Mindscape. Kurama, what's wrong? Naruto's question echoed throughout the darkness with a single tree being the only noticeable object till the horizon. Up here. Kurama's voice announced a red object landed next to Naruto. It appeared to be a lady with long crimson hair that was tied in a one-high ponytail. Two vulpine ears poking through her red locks and irritated golden pupils. Small shorts with a furry golden tip tail and an obsidian-colored bra with ruby flames on it. Her general attire was missing a Barrett M82 to complete her look. Who are you? Naruto asked as the Redeed sent him a dry look. It's me, Kurama. Somehow I got transformed like this when that person merged you with Kagaya. Kurama informed him as she adjusted herself to try get more comfortable with her form. Do you know what the hell is going on? What's Canada English or April 8, 1917? Naruto demanded as a pale pink shell opened up and a snow-white figure descended from the tree. I believe I can answer your question. The snowy-haired lady announced as Naruto turned towards her. She had a rounded Y stretching from her forehead to her nose and a triangular marking underneath each of her eyes. Deep silver eyes accentuated the two canine ears sticking out of her frosty white hair, including an alabaster white cloak with ruby red spirals running along the sides. Now I'm even more confused. How did you get into here? Naruto questioned the secondary tenant in his subconscious realm. My name is Lukami Tsuki. The true 10-tailed wolf and I know what's going on. Lukami answered him as her 10 silver tails fanned out behind her. What's happening? Do you know where we are? Naruto asked the 10-tailed wolf. We were sent to the DxD dimension by the Grim Reaper. Its realm of deities, demons and dragons. Currently, the English Empire is fighting against the German allied Canadian colony, is leading an assault against the impenetrable Vimei Ridge. You are currently being moved to a secure location for holding. Lukami answered his question. Why can't my life ever be simple? Most people worry about paying their bills on time or how their business is doing. I have to worry about genocidal Uchiha and deity-level beings out to kill me. Naruto asked as he drew circles on the bark of the tree with a small rain cloud over his head. Wow. So you're the real Ten Tails? Kurama asked her as she turned away from the saddened hero. End. Story start. You're awake, good. Naruto heard as he opened his eyes and spotted an official in a double-breasted jacket with pink-haired ponytail poking out from their officer cap. Who are you? Where am I? Naruto asked as looked at the leather bindings. I am Captain Akihito Bloodriver Akasha. Mr. Naruto, you are banged several meters outside of Vimei Ridge. The Canadian brigade is leading the assault on the Germans. Mortars are being fired from both sides, so I was tasked with keeping you away from the conflict for interrogation. Captain Akasha told him as the teen laughed. Sorry ma'am, but that's pointless. I know nothing about this place. I just got out of the war to find myself in the middle of another one. Tell me, which one is right? Naruto asked the captain. The German forces started this great war. After the assassination, the Archduke Ferdinand of Austria, the Siberians, Italians, and Germans declared war against other countries. Germany invaded France and Belgium, which England did not like. The British Commonwealth joined the war on August 4, 1914. The US recently joined the fight 3 days ago. The captain explained as Naruto's eyes widened and he tore the leather cuffs. He shot up and tackled the official. What the hell are you, Kabum? Captain Akasha demanded as a mortar shell tore through the canvas roof and exploded the spot where they were standing. Are you okay? Naruto asked her as a high-pitched whistling noise screamed inside of the tent as red-hot metal was lodged in the floor, walls and… Why you're back, the captain asked as 12 jaded chunks of howling metal were lodged in his back. The flesh was mending itself and melting at the same rate. Hey, are why you okay, K? Naruto asked the higher-up as some blood started leaking out of his mouth. MF fine, but you have shrapnel embedded in your back. Akasha yelled as the shrapnel was slowly expelled from his back. It's fine. Jay, just give me a second. Naruto told her as kneeled down on the ground and stopped moving. Tainted violet energy started to surround Naruto and flow into him. Hey, are you a supernatural? Akasha asked him. Scale markings started to crawl along his arms and face. Maybe. All I know is that this place feels like shit. Naruto commented on the tainted energy that the battlefield. It reminded him of a combination of the nature energy on the battlefield combined with Orochimaru's. What are you doing? You're bleeding heavily. The last thing you should be doing is moving. Akasha warned him as the shrapnel fell out of his back and burned themselves into the ground. I'll be fine. I'm getting sick of idiots fighting over stupid reasons. Naruto told her as he charged directly into the trench, continuously drawing in the corrupted energy. What the hell are you doing here? SG. Howlett asked. He ripped his bone blades out of the Kraut's face. Ending this? Kaiten. Nkaku, no jutsu fire release. Great fireball technique. Naruto yelled as he spit out a stream of fire barreling down the German-controlled line. Jesus Christ. You can spit fire. SG. Howlett yelled as he threw an advancing German directly into his comrade. I can, and this place disgusts me. Naruto stated as the scale marks grew more pronounced and Naruto's attacks became increasingly more vicious. War reeks. Howlett told him as he cleaved through another German as the Canadian division advanced forward. I'm ending this now. Naruto announced as he started to use a foreign energy inside of his body. It felt different from his chakra, Kurama's chakra, and nature chakra. It felt like a corrupted, diluted form of Rakuto Senenmoto. As soon as he summoned the energy source, he felt 12 objects extend from his back and look to the air. Is this really happening? SG. Howlett asked as hundreds of black rods rained down on the enemy forces. I've never seen someone use their powers so soon, and to have 12 wings to start is unheard of. Dr. Oz as the Canadian and English forces stared at the floating figure. 6 snow-white wings on the right and 6 midnight black wings on the left. Highest realm of heaven. April 14, 1917. Michiel-sama. Michiel-sama. Something's wrong. A lower angel barring 2 wings announced as he approached the golden-haired leader. What is it, Cassiel? I'm trying to figure out why there has been a decrease in prayers. Gabriel asked as he stared at an image of the earth. This is related. I received word from France that an angel appeared there. They had 6 white wings and 6 raven black wings. Cassiel shocked his leader. How is that possible? Has Azazel discovered a way for angels to only partly fall? Gabriel questioned the 2-winged angel. I do not know. They appeared to turn the tides at Vimei Ridge. People have seen them as a deity. Praying them and worshipping them, seeing them as a kind but vengeful figure. Cassiel handed the leader a folder containing several photos. One was of the unknown figure flying into the air with a mix of black and white wings. The second was of the black blood-covered rods littering the German trenches. The last was of a makeshift shrine of a 12-winged figure holding a black rod. This does not bode well for heaven. The devils have begun to be more open with their actions, and the Vatican has noticed an increase in the fallen activity in Italy. Now with this mysterious figure emerging, we will have to increase our numbers. Michael declared as he pulled out a golden deck of cards. Void same Timum, it appears I was right. A small girl stated as she sat on the edge of an uprooted castle ruins. She had raven black hair tied back with a purple bow and a dark gothic Lolita dress. She seemed to be staring into the void before she shot a blast of energy into it. Watch it you bitch. A deep voice yelled as a red figure flew past the castle ruins. Great Red, you sensed that right? The gothic girl asked as a great red dragon landed next to her and was consumed by a dark red light. The dragon gradually shrunk down to the girl's eyes and a figure emerged. They had snow-white hair with two long ivory horns tipped with ruby coloring. Twin draconic wing extended out behind her that was red on the outside and gradually changed to white on the edge. Her stomach matched the underside of a dragon with draconic claws acting as a bra. Her boots and gloves were made of ruby-colored scales with dragon talons in place of her fingers. Lastly, she had a tail that was roughly the length of her body that matched her general color. Of course I felt it office. It isn't day that I feel a draconic male. Most were killed in the crossfire of the Great War between the three factions. Great Red barked at the small girl as her wings flared out. Calm down Red, you're being too loud. As I was saying, how about I propose something? Office offered the Crimson Dragon. What is it? Does it involve leaving the void? Great Red asked the little girl. Eventually. In a century, we will both leave the void and find the one responsible. They will likely appear to be human and reside in Japan, a place with a large concentration of supernaturals. If I can get them to join me, you must leave. But if you get them to join you, then I will leave. Are you willing to take the deal? Office proposed the other dragon. I'll take you up on the offer. But I want to know everything you do on him. Great Red demanded from the smaller dragon. Alright. He is known as Naruto, the ninja of nowhere. He has both fallen and normal angel wings. He can summon black rods and is revered as a deity. He was last seen at Vimei, France. He appears to be feminine with long crimson hair, bluish lavender pupils and jade tomo necklace. His appearance matches most Asian people and clothes matches those of the Shinto belief. Office explained what was known to the dragon. Thank you. I have to go prepare to meet him. I hope that you're persuasive enough. The dragon told her as she flew off into the void, leaving the young-looking dragon. I wonder what would interest Naruto the most. Office asked as she shifted to her more mature form. End. Story start. April 30, 1945, several miles outside Berlin, Germany. The lone figure was standing in the ruins of a forest while explosions resonated from the city as tanks and soldiers stormed the war. A dark gray combat vest with dozens of medals of valor decorating the front. Their crimson hair was tied in a single braid with twin ivory horns poking out from a canopy officer hat while wearing a necklace that had a jade tomo surrounded by an ivory semicircle and matching obsidian copy. The figure approached a tree and pulled out a blade that appeared to be similar to a Norwegian knife. They started carving a tree where the branches intertwined with its roots in a circle and making a small incision with a blade in their hand, then covered the carving with their blood. Harlequin green flames burst to life, creating a flaming ring encasing the carving. An alabaster white hand grabbed the left edge of the circle while an onyx black hand gripped the opposing side, widening the circle. Which made it roughly big enough for an adult to pass through. Slowly, more of a feminine figure emerged from the flaming ring. A heart-shaped face that has skeletal markings and raven black hair on the left. While having exotically tanned skin with snow-white hair on the right. She was in a dress that was split directly down the center with noir black and snow-white, matching her inverse color scheme. Naruto, what a pleasant surprise. I'm guessed that you have completed the arrangement. The twin-toned lady asked as she pulled out a golden heart locket from her pocket. I have Hell-san. Adolf has perished alongside with hundreds of his absolute followers. The German forces will be defeated and the war will be over in months. So you will release them, yes? Naruto asked. A farrier of souls opened the golden locket. Dozens of pine green orbs shot out of the golden container and spread to the farthest corners of the globes. The deal has been completed. You know how to contact me if you wish to make another deal. Hell told him as the tree and herself was consumed by the Harlequin flames. Time to find where they are. Naruto muttered as he pulled out a case and started to walk north. Extending a single pair of ivory and ebony wings, he flew over the burning remains of the fallen Reich. A single obsidian black rod pierced through the roof of the fallen silver-tongued leader's bunker. November 1, 1955. Scandinavian countries. An adult figure with a few stray dark crimson hairs peering out of a gray linen coat walked towards a mountain surrounded in a blizzard. Around the hood covering the figure's face had brown pelts, and the crimson wrappings around the handle of a weapon was barely visible under the massive winter cloak. As the figure approached the snow-covered mountainside, a figure reached out from their cloak and brushed aside a random portion of the mountain. A section of a massive gate was revealed, and when the figure tried to grasp a gate, several weapons were aimed at their hood. "Halt, human. How does a mortal know of the Valhalla gates?" A crimson-haired lady demanded in a Scandinavian language as her allies aimed their weapons at him. Said crimson-haired warrior was in a metallic dress with blue and silver-colored dress, with 4 metallic wings fanned out behind her. One of her allies has snow-white rear-length hair that was tied up by purple ribbons and 2 wing-like ear coverings. Her black-waisted dress contrasted with the snowy landscape in her ivory-colored dress. "Calm yourself, Valkyries. I come to speak to the Allfather," the male figure declared as he replied to them in Scandinavian as he gripped the hilt of his blade. "How does one so young speak the tongues of the old?" the crimson-haired Valkyrie asked as she summoned a double-edged sword with wings for the crossguard and aimed it at his throat. "From a deal with the Allfather," the crimson-haired swordsman declared as he held out a talisman with 3 intersecting triangles, circled by Scandinavian runes that could be roughly translated to "a nod and we trust, till Valhalla." "What deal could you make to receive the Allfather's talisman?" the crimson Valkyrie demanded as the warriors aimed their weapons at his face. "The Allfather knows, and I believe that is all that would matter," the male warrior told them as the stone gate opened up and revealed a golden figure standing in front of a rainbow-colored bridge. "Yuzu of Maki, the mighty one awaits you," a golden-armored warrior declared as he gestured towards the glowing bridge. 2 curved golden headpieces extended from his helmet. Gold-colored plating meshed together atop of a chainmail base. "Heimdallr, is this mortal being allowed to pass into Asgard?" the white-haired Valkyrie asked the golden-eyed gatekeeper. "Yes, this warrior has made a deal with Odin. I have been tasked by the Allfather to deliver him," Heimdallr declared as the Valkyrie's weapons dispersed into golden flakes. "Thank you, Heimdallr-san. Now may we go? I would hate to keep the mighty one waiting," the cloaked warrior added as the golden watcher escorted him along the rainbow bridge. "Sai, come on Roswius, let's see why this mortal has been allowed to enter Asgard," the crimson warrior told her companion as they walked along the multicolored spectral bridge as the colossal stone gate sealed up. The raging blizzard quickly covered up the evidence of the gate's existence or the people standing there. "Bifrost Bridge. Heimdallr-san, does that Allfather know that I am nearing?" Yuzu of Maki inquired from the Guardian as they flew along the Bifrost Bridge towards the Asgardian kingdom. "He is aware that you are approaching. I informed the Allfather that you were nearing the gate, so he has people preparing a feast. It is not often that Asgardians get to interact with someone such as yourself," Heimdallr informed the male warrior as the Bifrost Bridge ended at the massive golden wall surrounding Asgard. "I am not that different. I merely keep ending up in the middle of the Anglo-Saxons fight with the former Roman Empire. Germanic or Britannic, their beliefs always justify their actions," the hooded warrior stated as 2 ivory objects reflected light from the base of his forehead. "That is a common trait of most mortals. Men and women fight over trivial acts. Our gods do not care, so long as people believe. The Allfather has tried to make contact with the other pantheons to secure Asgard's position. Which is why he sent you to collect those items," Heimdallr told him as the golden-eyed gatekeeper turned the shadowed appearance of the warrior. "That was no small feat. Some of them were harder to convince than others," Yuzu of Maki muttered bitterly as they traveled along the golden pathways inside of Asgard. "The Allfather knew it would be difficult, your request was a fairly substantial one," Heimdallr stated as the group walked through the golden gateway of the Asgardian castle. "Heimdallr, what could the Allfather have this mortal do?" the crimson Valkyrie asked as they approached a massive banquet table with numerous maids setting food and drinks on the table. "Just wait a little while, Urza. You will know what he had to get soon," Heimdallr told her as the table was completely set and Norse gods and goddesses started to align themselves with the empty seats. "Is Odinson present?" the male warrior asked him as they sat next near the front end of the table, adjacent to a golden throne with 2 perches near the headrest. "Thor Odinson is off in Midgard, while Loki is off in Hel," Heimdallr answered his question as Yuzu of Maki took the cloak and set it on the back of the chair, revealing his waist-length crimson hair tied into a single braid behind him and a short crimson stubble framing his face. "Can you tell me your name, mister?" Roswius asked him as his pale lavender pupils turned towards the snowy-haired Valkyrie. "My name is Naruto Uzumaki, the Unfallen ninja," Naruto told her as a flash of light appeared from the throne and a golden-armored aged warrior appeared sat in it. The aged warrior had a leather eye patch covering his right eye and a long white beard. His golden armor had segments of chainmail of armor underneath with a vermilion cape behind it. "Greetings, Naruto. It's good to see you. I'm guessing that you have managed to get all the stuff I asked for," the man asked from his throne as 2 ravens sat on their perches on the throne. I am doing fine Odin-sama, and I have the items you asked for. Naruto answered him as he pulled out a scroll and unrolled it on the table. Excellent. Now show me them. Odin requested as a small cloud of smoke enveloped the scroll and several items appeared on top of it. All father, how can this mortal use dwarven magic? Urza asked the almighty Norse ruler. Naruto is not a mortal, he is a member of another pantheon. Jehovah's pantheons. Odin told her as Naruto handed him a golden cross with the top section wrapped to form a loop. Here you go, Odin-sama. An ankh from Anubis. 7 kilos of Damascus steel from Syria. An urn of Greek fire from Apollo and Diana's silver arrow from the Romans. The steel was easier to get compared to Diana's arrow. Naruto told the Allfather as the ravens flew off their perches and collected the items. Excellent. Sleipnir, can you come here? Naruto is here. Odin yelled as the sound of hooves on the polished stone grew gradually louder before a dark brown object tackled Naruto from behind. Unclean Naruto. I missed you. A brunette centaur cheered as she hugged Naruto, who was pocketing the scroll. She was wearing a leather vest and had her hair set up in 2 bangs, framing her brown eyes. Hello, Sleipnir. How has your mother been? Naruto asked the young centaur as she ate some carrots that were on a nearby plate. Mom's doing great. So what do you need, Grandpa Odin? The girl asked her maternal grandfather. Sleipnir, how would you like to go with Naruto on his journey? Odin asked his centaur grandchild. That would be so cool. Are you sure Mom will be with me going with him? Sleipnir questioned him as Hyugen and Munin swooped down and grabbed some meat from the table. She'll be fine. I am also going to send 2 Valkyries to make sure that you're safe. Odin told her as Urza raised an eyebrow at the last part. All father, which Valkyries are you sending? Roswis asked the Nordic deity. I'm sending you 2. Someone has to keep them in line. Odin shocked the duo as they turned to Naruto, who replaced one of the gods' ale with melted butter. Are you sure, sir? Won't we be needed in Asgard? Roswis asked him while a smaller version of herself was cheering in her head. I am. Now let's celebrate. Odin yelled as everyone held up their cups of ale. Yeah. All those present cheered and downed their beverages. Who the hell replaced my ale with butter? One of the male gods yelled as Naruto fell back laughing. We're going to be dealing with this for a long time. Urza muttered to herself as she downed her beverage. At least it will be interesting. Roswis told her as she took a swig of her drink and instantly turned green. She turned to her left and vomited on the ground exactly where Naruto was laying. End. Story start. July 28, 1984, Central Kyoto, Japan. Isaka-sama, Amaterasu-sama, Inari-sama. 3 powerful yokai wished to have a word with you. A massive red-skinned woman in animal hide clothing yelled at the 3 females. Her twin golden horns stood in contrast against her massive spiked iron club. Well, why do you need to tell us? Just escort them to us. A raven-haired goddess asked as she adjusted her snow-white yukata that had several red, 5-petaled flowers on it. I would, but one of them is a Kyuubi like Yasaka-sama. I stated as the 2 vixen-themed ladies turned towards her. What do you mean, Fukuhara? Yasaka has been the only kitsune to reach 9 tails in the last millennia. The brown-haired fox girl in a maiko dress asked a red-skinned Oni. I saw her 9 kitsune tails displayed behind her. She was followed by a wolf with 10 tails and a male figure in a cloak. He doesn't display any yokai traits, only his crimson red hair and 6 whisker-like markings on both of his cheeks. I explained as the blonde-haired vixen's ears twitched and her white-tipped tail stirred under her lavender cloak. I believe that we should meet with the Amaterasu-chan. It's not often that we get a chance to meet with a second Kyuubi kitsune and what might be a male kitsune. Don't forget that there is a 10-tailed wolf. Aside from Yasaka, the only other yokai surpassing a single tail is Hana with 5 tails. The brown-haired kitsune declared as she threw her hands up in the air at the last part. Alright, I'll bring them in. I agreed as she transformed into a cloud of smoke, revealing 3 people in her place. A crimson-haired vixen in a golden yukata with vermilion spirals along the sides. A snow-white wolf girl with red markings in her face and was in a night-black yukata with 2 circling wolves on her shoulders and a crimson-haired male in royal blue Japanese monk robes. Who are you and what did you do to I? The golden-haired kitsune demanded as gold fire enveloped her extended claws. Be calm, Yasaka no Kyuubi-sama, we're merely here to discuss an agreement between the tree leaders of the yokai faction. The redeeded kitsune-like man stated as Yasaka returned to her seat and extinguished the fire but kept her claws extended from her throne. Then speak. You're existing on borrowed time. Amaterasu warned them as the male slowly pulled a glass orb containing swirling orange energy inside. I have created an object that draws in natural energy and purify it. Then it releases the chakra back into the surrounding air, making a well of pure chakra for yokai to absorb. The crimson-haired whiskered male announced as the orb began to draw violet-colored chakra and release snow-colored energy. Does that mean what I think it does? Inari, the only unspoken royal figure, asked him. It does. Yokai will be able to draw on natural chakra without having to filter out the negative emotions from the chakra, which would allow any yokai to draw on nature chakra at any time. The golden-robed vixen explained as Amaterasu raised an eyebrow at her statement. How could you create such an item? It takes most chakra users decades to learn to cope with the feeling that chakra emanates, yet you created an item that can separate the feeling from it entirely. Not to mention that you look barely old enough to know how to access chakra. The shrine maiden vixen asked the teenager. Hardly so, Inari-sama. This lacrima is formed from the crystallized form of my energy, which I have trained to convert nature energy into chakra with is clear of any negative emotions. I would also like to add that I am nearing a century old. The centennial kitsune-themed man explained as the wolf girl summoned a stone pedestal, which the cloaked figure placed the lacrima on it. Who are you three then? I can tell that she is an Okami and she is a kitsune, but you're a mystery. Yusaka stated as the lacrima passively converted the toxic colored energy into clear colored chakra. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, the ninja from nowhere. The kitsune is Kurama Tsutsuki, the nine-tailed vixen. While the wolf girl is Tsuki Ukami, the 10-tailed wolf. Naruto answered as Inari's tail started to wag against her chair. A 9 and 10-tailed yokai, don't tell me that you have 11. Inari exclaimed as she leaned closer to the foreign trio. No, I don't have 11. Naruto told her as he removed his monk-like robe and revealed multiple tattoos on his back. 6 angel wings that outlined in black wings and 6 black angel wings outlined in white. Boo. I was hoping for more excitement. Inari pouted as he flexed his wings to their fullest extent, causing the 3 members of the Shinto faction's jaw to drop. I would be lopsided, I prefer to have 6. Naruto told them as Yusaka approached his wings and began to examine his mismatched wings. I've heard about Jehovah's angels falling, but I've never heard something like this happening. Yusaka stated as the 2 deities nodded. Yes. Would you care to enlighten us why you have entered another pantheon's realm and why half of your wings belong to 2 separate groups of the Great Three of the Christianity? Amaterasu requested as Naruto retracted his wings and redressed himself with the robes. I will. Have you heard about the Black Angel of Vimei Ridge? Naruto asked the Shinto group as 3 velvet chairs appeared for the foreign group to seat on. Every faction heard about that. The Angel of Death descended from heaven to exact righteous vengeance on the German infantry. When he laid waste on the battlefield, he left thousands of obsidian rods to mark their graves. What does that have to do with yourself? Amaterasu demanded as Naruto summoned a black rod in his hands and threw it towards Inari. I have an ability to create metallic rods that conduct chakra. Back in 1917, I appeared in the world with an unusual power source. My body was infused with divine energy from a fallen angel, why I have 6 angel wings, as well as a mystery to myself. I currently belong to no pantheon and I wish to stay in Japan. Naruto asked the ruler of the land. Why Japan? There are several different countries that you could reside in. Italy, England, Germany, there are several you could live in. Inari asked them. Japan shares similarities to my hometown, so I want to remember it. I won't be residing here immediately, but in several years from now. Naruto explained as Kurama and Tsuki nodded. I'm guessing that the lacrima will be used as compensation for your stay. Inari asked him as Naruto nodded. Yes ma'am, so can I reside in your land? Naruto asked the discussing Shinto group. We have agreed that you can stay in Shinto-controlled territory, but Kurama has to stay as an ambassador. Yusaka explained, while Naruto turned to said vixen. I'm fine with staying here, I'm sure I won't get bored. Kurama told them. Thank you Amaterasu-sama, Inari-sama, Yusaka-sama. Kurama, have fun. Naruto told his vixen companion as they exited the massive building. So Yusaka-chan, do you want to go somewhere private? Kurama asked her as the 2 vixens walked into Yusaka's bedroom. Kyoto Street. So Naruto, where are we going to go next? Tsuki asked him as they walked through a street teeming with yokai. I was thinking about going to Italy. Naruto told her as a young yokai with dark red hair and tanned red skin collided with his chest. Her overlapping scales, flaming tail, and reptilian limbs rubbed against his legs, seemingly trying to grasp something. Sorry mister. I wasn't looking where I was going. The reptilian girl apologized as she attempted to walk away with his wallet. You know that his wallet is empty. So, why do you try to steal his wallet? Tsuki asked the little yokai. I'm an orphaned yokai and I thought you two had some money. The yokai apologized as Naruto unsealed some prepared cup ramen and gave it to her. That's fine. Here, I don't have such on me. Could you tell us your name, because you did try to rob myself? Naruto asked as the little girl drank the broth from the cup. My name is Slurpnatsu Saruman, I'm a salamander yokai. Natsu Monster Girl Encyclopedia told them as she finished off her cup. You said you were an orphan, so how about we adopt you? Suki asked a young girl who had stars in her eyes. Really? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Natsu yelled as she tightly hugged the duo's legs. I guess I've got another daughter. We should probably get her prepared for the trip. Naruto told them as he handed Natsu a little sucker. New Satan capital, Underworld. Ajuka-sama, I've detected a massive surge of energy from Kyoto. It felt incredible. A high class. Abdil Seer. Yes, I felt it too. Such raw power concentrated in a single location is mind-blowing. Imagine if devils could use Yujutsu and Senjutsu like the Yokai. Unfortunately, Kyoto has a ban on any of the Great Three factions, and the Nikko district is off-limit as well. Any devil seen in there would be killed in an instant. Ajuka explained as Abdil smashed his fist on the metallic table. What can we do? With that power, we could wipe the Fallens and Angels off the face of his damned planet. The angered devil yelled as the doctor gave an evil smirk. We will get their powers. You are being tasked with a covert mission from the council. If you are caught, all information about this meeting will be denied and you will be left to die. You are to get a Nekashu as part of your peerage and remove her chakra core from their body. A Nekashu named Kuroka has been rising in the supernatural world. You will get a chakra core before the 21st century. Ajuka demanded as Abdil bowed. With pleasure. The bastard seer stated with a perverted smirk. May 15, 2004 Shinto, Japan. Get back here, you little demon. You taint our blood by existing. A Shinto group yelled as they chased after a 10-year-old girl wearing a baggy Maiko outfit with tears along the arms, shoulder, and back. Each tear was soaking with blood. As someone, help. The young girl pleaded as she tripped up and fell to the ground. Before the group could use the wazakashis, tachis, and other bladed weapons, a male, female, and a small silver-haired girl in a dull black dress. Akihito-chan, Mocha-chan, please make sure she is okay. The monk-dressed warrior told them as he dropped the cloak and turned towards the child-chasing group. Get out of the way, you idiot. We need to kill that demon spawn, her continued existence is a crime. The leader of the group yelled as Naruto's hair overshadowed his eyes. Mocha-chan, we are going to need to leave this area soon. Naruto-san is going to switch from PG to R. Akihito warned her as Naruto placed his glowing green hands on the young girl's wounds, which began to mend themselves. What is your name, miss? Naruto asked the Maiko-dressed child as he finished healing her wounds. Akeno Himejima. Akeno announced as an orange ribbon appeared in his hand and he used it to tie up her loose hair into a single ponytail. Alright then. Akeno-chan, I'm going to need you to trust me and follow these two to a safe spot. I need to make the bad men disappear. Naruto asked her as he turned towards the laughing family. Oh okay, but will you be okay? Akeno asked as his 12 mismatched burst out. I will be okay, but remember this. I've seen evil angels and righteous devils, so judge the person not their title. The circumstances of one's birth is irrelevant, it's what someone does with their gift of life that determines who you are. Now hurry and leave, a child shouldn't see this. Naruto warned her as a tempered obsidian black katana materialized in his hand that had red lightning wave along it. So you're scum like that bastard child. I guess we're going to have to end you, that bitch, your whore, and her tainted spawn. One of the blade-wielding child abuser cheered as a glint of light reflected off the obsidian blade. Now you've just signed your own death warrant. Naruto informed them as Akihito grabbed the shrine maiden-dressed girl and the silver-haired girl and leapt back several meters. How are you going to do that? You're one guy with a sword. We're the Himejima clan. One of the 5 great clans of the Shinto belief, we're untouchable. If you so much as touch us, you'll have the entire Shinto pantheon out to get you. One of the more bolder members laughed as Naruto shifted into a left diagonal cutting stance. That doesn't scare me. You did the 3 things that anger me. 1. Calling a child something that's beyond their control. 2. Acting high and mighty because of your family name, and the worst of them all 3. You insulted my family. Akihito covered their eyes. Naruto yelled as he vanished briefly before reappearing behind the group with their crimson guilds tainting his weapon. What did you do? The leader asked as Naruto slowly began to sheath the weapon in a cloth binding. Hanada Sanchim. Yuhuzu, Giri 3 verse humming. Arrow notch slash. Naruto whispered as the blade was completely sheathed and the Himejima clan exploded in a shower of blood. Is it over? Akeno asked from under Akihito's hand. It is, but we should move. Naruto told them as he used his wings to block the scene behind them. Otu-san, I'm hungry. Mocha declared as Akihito nodded. Alright, sorry if this weirds you out a bit. Naruto apologized as the two pierced his neck with their fangs and began to drink his crimson nectar. As they finished their drink, a royal demonic circular rune appeared on the ground and 2 people appeared. A white-haired lady in a maid dress and a red-haired girl in a pale pink dress. Breeding Fallen Angel. Please hold still, so I can kill you. The maid asked as she summoned several razor-sharp shards of ice and launched them in his skull. A black shield materialized in the path and blocked the ice from touching him. Please refrain from doing so when children present. Naruto announced as the shield vanished and allowed the ice shards to drop on the ground. Excuse me, what is your name? The red-headed girl asked them. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, the pink-haired pretty is my wife Akihito Akasha, the silver-haired princess is my daughter Mocha Akasha, and the raven-haired girl is Akeno Himejima. Who are you two? Naruto asked them as the two 10-year girls approached each other. Hello Akeno, my name is Ria's Gremory. Would you like to join my peerage? Ria's asked the Maiko-dressed girl. Unsure of what to, Akeno turned towards the group that saved her life less than a minute ago. You can trust her Akeno-chan. I can sense people's emotions and she is not giving off any negative feelings. But I want to make sure of a few things. If Akeno joins your peerage, how will you treat her? Naruto asked as the maid narrowed her eyes at his tone. Watch your tone Fallen. The maid warned him as he knelt down to eye level of the redhead. The Gregory clan has treated those in our peerage as family. If she joins me, then I will treat her as family. Riaz told them as she held up a black vermilion queen chess piece. This is your decision Akeno-chan. You can join the devil's group or not. It's your choice. Naruto told her as she cautiously accepted the queen piece from her. I'll join her, thank you for saving me. Akeno thanked him as a spiral rune appeared under the ginger, pinkette and silverette. You're welcome Akeno-chan. Keep her safe Gremory. Naruto told her as the vanished in a similar way that the Gremory group appeared. Thank you Naruto-kun. Akeno whispered as she twirled the orange ribbon he gave her and a mismatched set of snow white and raven black feathers. End. Story start. November 29, 2006, Mayu Central Base, Underworld. Abram Stolas, why are you here? A bald man in a massive suit of armor that was decorated with spikes asked a black-haired devil that was kneeling before two figures. Asmadia-sama, Beelzebub-sama, I come bearing terrible news. Seer-sen was killed by his peerage member, Kuroka no Nekashu. The devil informed the green-haired Mayu and the bald Mayu. That is to be expected, Kuroka was a Yujutsu user. They are known to be unstable, so I propose we take immediate action. The green-haired devil declared as the devils turned towards him. What would you say we do Ajuka-san? Asmodeus asked his fellow devil. Abram will take 29 devils into the heart of the Underworld's Imkai district and prevent such an action from repeating. Ajuka declared as his green hairs overshadowed his eyes. Yes sir, Beelzebub-sama. I will gather up the needed devils and head to the district post-haste. Abram declared as he bowed to the great Satans and went to fulfill his mission. Are you sure that would be a good idea? The Nekomata haven't done anything prior that would show that they would be an issue. Asmodeus asked the Satan in charge of technology. I am sure Falbium-san. Chakra is an abundant energy source that would be useful in taking care of the angels. If something were to happen to the Nekomata and devils were able to gain chakra cores, well, that would be acceptable as well. Ajuka added as the militaristic devil's eyes widened. You planned this, didn't you? Falbium accused his fellow Mau. Oh, how so? I called a member of the Seer family, gave him a task involving a Imkai that he would end up botching. Have said Imkai kill him, which would create a massive incident. Send out a group of devils to exterminate the Imkai and collect the valuable chakra cores. No, that would be impossible. Ajuka explained as he smirked slightly. Imkai district. Otu-sama, why are we here? A preteen-looking girl in a dark blue dress and silver hair asked the red-haired man holding her hand. I wanted to check how the Imkai are doing here. Amaterasu-sen was unsure how they were doing down here, so I'm just making sure they're alright. The man informed his daughter as they walked through the Imkai district. Why do you act so respectful to them? You could easily overpower all three of them. The girl asked her dad. Unlike when I was younger, Kagaya-sen made me see that I have to act respectfully towards them to prevent a pointless war. I've been a part of enough pointless wars. The man told her, then suddenly jerked his head to the right. Otu-sama. The girl asked him as 11 duplicates of him appeared with black rods in their hands before a single set of snowy and raven wings extended from their backs and flew towards various points around the district. Stay close Mocha-chan. There's devils doing something naughty in here. The ginger-haired warrior warned her as he put her on his back and ran towards the center of the area. What's happening Otu-sama? Mocha asked her dad as they appeared in a clearing with his duplicates, applying some green energy to heal the injured Nekomata's wounds. The devils have ordered the assault of the Imkai. Ma'am, wake up. Can you tell me why they might do this? He asked the black and white-haired Nico Imkai, who was slowly regaining consciousness. The devil was killed by a Nico. Who are you? She asked him as her wounds were nearly healed. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, and this is my daughter Mocha Akashiya Uzumaki. Who are you? Naruto asked her as she coughed a massive amount of blood. Mikoto no Bakaneko. Mikoto gasped as Naruto pulled out a snow-white card with a queen symbol on it. Well Mikoto, it appears that you've sustained heavy damage. I can help you out, but your body is going to change. Naruto warned her as she grasped a card in her hand. Oh okay. I need to find Shirin. Please help me. Mikoto told him as the card began to merge with her chest. Alright. Mikoto Bakaneko, be reborn as my angel of grey. Naruto commanded as 4 set of grey angel wings extended out of her back. Thank you. See, can you save Shirin? The devils took her. Mikoto asked as the available Imkai collected around the mime try. If you see anyone hurt, bring them to a copy of myself. Can I see a picture of Shirin, it will help me find her. Naruto asked as the lady handed him a picture of a white-haired girl. Here, just find my daughter. Mikoto pleaded as Naruto flew towards the center of the underworld. After a few seconds of searching, he saw a cart filled with injured Nekomatas. There's a fallen angel here. Kill him. A devil yelled as several bolts of magic shot towards him. Get back here. Naruto yelled as he fired compressed ball of energy towards front of the group, disintegrating most of the group. Why you want the Imkai? Go get them. Habram groaned out as he unleashed a concentrated blast of demonic energy and reduced the cart to dust. God damn it. Naruto screamed as he fired thousands of black rods into the spot where the devils were before returning back to the district with his clones, having set up a dozen 30.48 centimeters around rods embedded in the ground. Otu-san, your clones are saying that everything is ready. Mocha told him as he rubbed her head with a sad smile. Right Mocha-chan. Can you go with all the other people? Naruto asked her as she ran off into the heart of the district. Crap. I can sense her faint energy, but I can't get to her before his goes off. Naruto thought to himself as the dark-colored rods started to glow bright and the entire Imkai district vanished, leaving a crater in its place. Dimensional unknown area. Naruto-san, did you find her? Mikoto asked him as his fist tore through a piece of burning debris. I couldn't get to her fast enough. The devils managed to get several Imkai before I noticed and killed some the remainder they had. By the time I discovered someone matching the picture, she was brought to the capital district. I can sense that she is alive, but I can't reach her and the Imkai that they kidnapped without cutting a hole clean through devil territory. If I sense anything happening, I will intervene. We are currently traveling along an interdimensional pathway and heading towards an empty area outside of Kyoto, Japan. Naruto explained as the sky switched from a kaleidoscope of colors to a pale Japanese sunset. Ano Uzumaki-san, can you explain what's happened? A young Nico with raven-colored hair asked him. Please refer to me as Naruto. From what I'm able to figure out, the devils decided that your race was too dangerous and ordered your extinction. I managed to relocate your district from the underworld to Kyoto, Japan. I'm still unsure on why they did that though. Naruto thought as a black-haired girl in a matching yukata that was tied in place with a golden obi. I'm to blame, I killed Abdil Seer because he wanted to steal the chakra core's Nekomata. Mainly Shirin. He told me because he thought that I wouldn't do anything about it. But one bloody cadaver later and well here we are. The cat-themed girl declared as Mikoto nearly tackled her with her flying hug. Goro-chan, I was so worried. I was afraid that you were taken. Mikoto yelled as she hugged the Imkai tightly. I'm fine Ka-chan, but those damn devils took Shirin. The black-themed Imkai declared as she turned towards the 10 duplicates that were emerging with the redeed. Who are you miss? Naruto asked her as the last copy of Hissel vanished in a cloud of smoke. My name is Kuroka Nekashu, who are you? Kuroka asked him as she draped her arm over his shoulder. Otu-sama, where did your last clone go? Mocha asked as Kuroka turned towards Naruto's daughter. Right, thanks Mocha-chan. Ahem, I have sent my clone to observe the devils and intervene when I have to. Naruto announced as he kissed his daughter's forehead. Arigato Otu-sama. I think we should meet up with Aka-chan soon. Mocha told him as he nodded. Okay. Hey Mikoto, Kuroka, do you two want to join me in my adventures? Naruto asked them as Mocha gave him a deadpan expression. Why should we go with you? Kuroka asked as Naruto began to draw in energy and gain some draconic features. I've mastered the art of Senjutsu and the use of chakra. Naruto explained as Mocha jumped onto his back and started inhaling his scent. Otu-sama, you smell delicious. Mocha declared as Naruto exposed more of his neck and Mocha used her fangs to drink his blood. So, do you two want to train under the great sage? Naruto gloated, which caused Mocha to bite down harder on his neck. Wash it Otu-sama. Mocha warned him as she finished drinking his blood and hopped off his back. Alright Mocha-chan. So do you two want to train under me? Naruto asked them as he stopped drawing on chakra. I'll go with you, but I'm not sure what Ka-chan would do. Kuroka told him as she could feel the power rolling off him without using her chakra sensing ability. I'll go with you too. But I expect us to work on getting stronger. Mikoto stated as he nodded. Yosh, let's go. Naruto cheered as himself, Mocha, Kuroka, and Mikoto started to vanish in a cloud of smoke. To Italy. Naruto added as they disappeared completely. July 08, 2013, Vatican District, Italy. Sir, are you sure that it would be wise to do so? A man in a cardinal red suit and machimaka asked another man in snow-white robes. Of course it is. She has that ability that would attract dangerous people from all over. Unless she leaves, the entire Vatican could be compromised. She could go to the Japanese church for all I care. The white-robed man warned him as the cardinal-robed man bowed and ran into a different direction. Neither of them noticed a robed figure disappearing in a small amount of smoke. Vatican visiting dormitory. Ah, greeting Mr. Naruto, why are you here today? The blonde-haired nun asked a red-headed figure that walked through the doorway. Greetings Ms. Arjento, I am here to tell you that you are being relocated. There are several churches in Kuoh, Japan that have fallen into disrepair and I have been assigned to help deliver you to the building to help teach in after it's finished being repaired. So pack everything that you would need Asia because we are leaving soon. Naruto informed her as he handed the girl several suitcases for her items. That's wonderful, I've always wanted to help others. Going to Japan is just a small part of his grand plan and I can't wait to see how it turns out. Asia told him as she placed several sets of her outfit and a Bible in the suitcases. Make sure you pack more than that Asia. Japanese culture is greatly different from European culture. Manga, anime, Hatsune Miku, and digital entertainment. I'm going to make sure that you don't burn yourself out there. Naruto told her as he placed some books about Japanese culture, typical manga styles and anime styles in her case. Let's get going Ms. Argento. Naruto told her as he offered her his free hand as his opposite hand held one of her bags. Yes sir, let's go. Asia happily told him as she accepted his open hand and they disappeared in a gust of wind. Several minutes later. Cardinal Fernando. Asia Argento is missing. A gray-haired man in traditional priest robe declared to a snowy-haired semi-balding man in cardinal robes. That is not important anymore. Raziel ordered that we move her away from the Vatican. This has merely got rid of an unnecessary issue. The cardinal declared as he walked away from the priest. After there was no one around him, he pulled out an iPhone 4 and dialed a seemingly random number. Raynare, Asia Argento has teleported to Japan with a red-headed man. I saw him teleport with Ms. Argento saying that they are going to Japan. I'm going to destroy this device, so will be my last call. The priest stated as he threw his phone on the floor. Unfortunately, the tile floor cracked. Antonio, what was that noise? The religious figure asked him. Crap. Kuoh District, Japan. We're here. Akihito-chan, Mikoto-chan, Kuroka-chan, Mocha-chan, Natsu-chan, I'm back. Naruto declared as he appeared in front of a typical 3-story mansion for Japan. Hi 2-chan. A young red-head yelled as she jumped from the second-story window and tackled him in a hug. Hi Natsu-chan, I've brought Asia from the Vatican to stay with us for a while. Naruto told her as the little girl turned towards her. Hi Asia-chan. Natsu told her as she hugged her leg. Hello Natsu-chan. Can you show me around? Asia asked the young girl in Japanese with a slight accent. Alright, let's go 1E-chan. Hey 2-chan, Ka-chan is in the living room waiting for you. Natsu told him as she led the blonde nun into the household. Thanks Natsu-chan. Naruto called to her as she disappeared in the house with the girl. End. Story start. Kuoh Academy 8 a.m. So Uzumaki-san, you wish to register your 3 daughters? A spiky crimson-haired man in a black suit asked a mature Uzumaki in a dark orange suit. The 3 girls each wore the standard uniform with modifications to fit their personality. The silver-haired one had the front of her jacket open to expose her impressive chest. The darker red-head wore the white shirt and dress without the jacket, while the blonde wore the jacket buttoned all the way up, unlike the other 2. Mocha and Natsu are my kids, while Asia is an Italian exchange student. But yes, I wish to enroll the 3 of them. The only other male stated as he placed a brown envelope on the desk. Otu-sama already has the tuition for each of us prepared for the first year. Mocha explained as the red-head opened the envelope and extracted several 1,000 yen stacks. This is more than enough, but are you sure that you want to attend Kuoh? We have changed the school from all girls to unisex. The school official informed him. I am aware and I am fine with that. Kuoh is one of the best schools and I want them to get more experience. Naruto explained as the official handed the girls the class copies and some basic textbooks. Classes begin at 8:30 a.m. in class 301. I will inform your teacher that you are joining so do not be late. The official explained as they bowed and exited the room. Thanks for letting them enroll Surzich Gremory. Naruto told him as they exited the office, leaving the devil alone. It couldn't be that easy could it? Surzich muttered as he went to deliver the sheet to the teacher. Path toward the Uzumaki household. Uzumaki-san, I thank you for letting me stay at your household and continue my religious study. Asia thanked him in her accented Japanese as they traveled towards his house. No need to be so formal, Asia-san. Please refer to me as Naruto or Naruto-san as long as you're staying with us. Naruto asked her as they neared his large house. Hi Naruto-san. Do you mind if I read over the Bible when we get inside? Asia asked as she pulled out a book with Bibliarum Sacrarum written in gold text. Sure Asia, you don't need to ask. Naruto told her as they entered the massive building and his pink-haired partner stood there awaiting them. Hi Naruto-kun, you got them registered? Akihito asked them as he hugged her. I did, everything went great. How did your day go? Naruto asked as he took off his suit, which exposed his white t-shirt with a moon in a spiral and the pants to reveal his somewhat loose jeans. Hey Two-san, can you pick up some hot peppers? Natsu asked him as she took off her uniform top and stood in her flaming red tank top. Otu-sama, can you also get some blood sausages? I am fairly hungry. Mocha added as Naruto folded his previous clothes and set them on a nearby table. Alright. Akihito-chan, I need you to look after them while I grab some items. Do you want anything Asia? Naruto asked her as he slipped his wallet into his pocket. I'm fine Naruto-san, but could you pick up some fish? I would like to try one of the recipes I found in the book. Asia asked him and he nodded. Will do. Be back soon. Naruto told them as he headed out to grab the items. I hope it's spicy. Natsu muttered as she took off her dress and headed towards her room in her matching panties. Kuoh Park 45 minutes later. Alright. I got blood sausage, salmon, and several habaneros. Naruto read off as he walked along a pathway towards a fountain. Say, would you do something for me? A feminine voice asked near the nearing fountain. He noticed a waist-length raven-haired teenage girl with dark scarlet eyes that seemed all too familiar and a brunette girl with rear-length hair standing on the opposite side of the fountain. What is it Yuma? The supposed Issei asked as Yuma's hand ran through her chest on the right side, just under her bosom. Will you die for me? Yuma asked as she ripped her hand out, holding a ruby sphere with green flecks inside it. No, not again. Naruto yelled as silver flames consumed him as he dropped the bags and charged the raven at Yuma. Issei asked as she fell to the ground clutching her bleeding hole. You see Issei-chan, this orb is one of the 14 legendary longinus that exist. This power is capable of slaying Jehovah himself and it was simply wasting inside of a pervert's body. Shame that I couldn't enjoy our date some more, you have such a nice body. Yuma muttered as she ran a bloody hand along Issei's oak chest. FUTLN Kamikaze Wind, release Divine Wind. Naruto yelled as he shot a compressed blast of air in the shape of a fist into Yuma's chest, which sent her flying and left the glowing orb hanging in the air. I expect you to heed my warning girl. Leave his area at once, or else. Naruto stated as his silver cloak retracted to his back. Why cough should I? You got a lucky shot in, you expect me to give up? I'm Raynare and I'm the six-winged angel of lust. Yuma declared as she transformed her pale violet top and dark dress into an array of leather straps with 3 sets of raven-colored wings. 2 triangular ones covering her chest connected to a silver ring above her chest and 6 thin leather bands connected to a small triangle covering her privates. Let me tell you this then. My name is Naruto Uzumaki and I am the 12-winged angel of families. Naruto exclaimed as 6 snowy wings appeared and 6 raven wings sprouted from his back, coated in the silver flames. The Vimei angel of death. Raynare asked as she subconsciously took a step backwards. That is a fairly dated title, but also true. Call me what you will though. The angel that lives between worlds, the unfallen fallen, or just Naruto. So I'll repeat. Leave. Now. Naruto yelled as he released a concentrated pulse of energy towards her. I leave, but it's only because you're part angel. Raynare stated as she flew off with a small blush. Crap, I got to take care of her. Naruto stated as his wings vanished and he headed towards the dying teen. Unaware that his wings tore through his shirt and exposed his defined six-pack, the scar across his right shoulder, and a tribal-esque spiral tattoo on his navel. Ready Adonis? Issei muttered as she started to fade in and out of consciousness. Shit. Suki, I need you to grab Natsu, I have the feeling that I will need her help. Naruto thought as a large chunk of silver energy flew towards his house and he gripped the orb radiating draconic energy. When he attempted to redeposit the orb inside of her, the object was almost forcefully rejected. I'm going to have to buy some time until Natsu gets here. Naruto thought as his multi-ringed Sharingan phased into visibility and the Otsutsuki marks appears on his palms. He retracted his wings and placed his hands on her wound and delivered a focused burst of yang chakra into the injury. Slowly, the stab wound began to mend and the sun and moon marking appeared under her breast. I've brought Natsu here, what do you need her for? The wolf-themed girl asked as Naruto gestured for Natsu to approach him. Natsu-chan, this is a rare sacred gear that I believe contains a dragon. Unless this orb gains a host, it will disappear. Now I don't know what some side effects might be, Naruto tried to explain as his daughter grabbed the orb and pushed it into her chest. Immediately, she shifted into her Imkai, which began to change. Two 6-inch golden horns rose from her crimson locks and twin dark scarlet wings appeared from her back. Her regular tail became more red with forest green spikes and her hands morphed into a staggered red scale, greave with dark green lines running from a gem-like object directly opposite of her palm. "How are you feeling, Natsu-chan? Any dizziness, nausea, fatigue?" Naruto asked as she flexed her new and old appendages. "Nope. I feel great," Natsu declared as she extended her wings to elbow length and looked to the air. "Good, now Tsuki-chan, I'm going to need yours help with her," Naruto asked the 10-tailed wolf while he gestured towards the supposed perverted teen bearing the Otsutsuki marks on her body. "What do you need?" Tsuki asked as she knelt down beside the teen. "This girl is dying because an object entangled with her soul has been ripped out. It can't be reunited with her body, so there exists a void in its place. I can save her, but I'm going to need as much chakra as you're willing to give," Naruto told her as she pulled an silver ball from her chest, which caused her 10 tails to shrink to roughly the size 1 tail. "Here's 9 tails worth of chakra. I'm trusting you that you won't abuse this," Tsuki warned him. "I won't," Naruto assured her as he exhaled a small amount of chakra-laced air into the object. Said sphere began to transform into a grey wolf cub with 9 identical tails and similar red markings along her muzzle. "Iotu-san, Aka-san, how are you?" the wolf cub asked as Tsuki rubbed the cub's cheek. "Can you tell me your name, dear?" Tsuki asked her daughter. My name's Tsubaki Uzumaki. Who's the girl over there?" Tsubaki asked her dad as she jumped on the girl's stomach. "Her name is Issei, I believe, and I want you to help her," Naruto explained as he knelt down next to her. "Really? How? How?" Tsubaki asked as she spun in circles on the unconscious teen's navel. "Issei isn't feeling well and needs someone to help her. So I'm going to place you inside of her to keep her safe, okay?" Naruto told her as she nodded alright. "Let's help Issei one okay?" Tsubaki agreed as Naruto phased her into a developing spiral seal on her navel. "Keep her safe, Tsubaki-chan," Naruto told her as Tsuki dissolved into sliver chakra which re-entered Naruto's seal. Once he thought everything was calmed down, he let out a sigh and propped the injured girl next to the fountain. "Who are you and what are you doing here so late?" a somewhat familiar voice asked as Naruto saw a Reich in a familiar Kuoh uniform. "I'm just a passing dad who noticed this girl who fainted in front of me. Her uniform is the same as yours, so I hope that you can take care of her. I have to deliver my perishables to my family," Naruto told her as he picked up a teen and handed her to the Reichted student. "Sure. I'll make sure that she gets home safely," the other teenager told him as he walked over and collected his bags. "Thank you for helping her out, Ria's Gremory, heiress to the Gremory house," Naruto stated as he vanished in a small gust of wind. Uzumaki household. "I'm home," Naruto yelled as he placed the meat and vegetables in the fridge and moved into the living room. "Sav Uzumaki, unvenis hello Uzumaki, how have you been?" an olive-skinned lady asked from one of Naruto's couches. She was wearing a segmented brown leather chestplate atop a black leather strip skirt fashioned to a white cloth underlay. Her dark brown hair was tied in a single braid hanging over her left shoulder and her silver eyes seemed to be examining his physique. "Agni Diane, Bombin TVIDERE great, good to see you again Diana," Naruto replied in her spoken tongue as he sat adjacent from her. "Quid est enim, indomo Christianay, is there a Christian in this house?" Diana asked as she adjusted her quiver and bow beside her seat. "Et est non nasir. Et possum deses quod ut she means no harm. I can assure to that," Naruto told her as she released her weapon from her grip. "Liquid," said Magus ad Doribus Magnus Intenti alright, but I came to discuss more important subjects. Diana relented as she reached into her quiver to retrieve an item from. "Quid est hoc, what would that be?" Naruto asked her as she placed a familiar obsidian-colored rod on the table between them. "Turn quiasimal con apodillos ego vddracones, I've seen dragons congregating near them," Diana explained to him. "Sirent puto autumn sumptum futurum exponi. Ida imians ut quidem t ad bibired est explicare I think I might know, but it's going to take some explaining. So I'm going to make some tea to drink as I explain," Naruto told her as he ran into the kitchen and grabbed a tea box along with 2 cups. "Irent ians ut personatus nigrifins ungir nobis we're going to have Anubis joining us," Diana explained as Naruto sighed and headed back into the kitchen to prepare for the other god's appearance. Pulling the container of cypress oil, bread, and special Nordic ale. End. Story start. The Uzumaki household. Pervium, quam facet lungul awkward deriser Anubis. By the way, what language does Anubis speak? Naruto asked her as he sat down at the table and laid out the offerings for Anubis on the table. After he was finished preparing the items, he pulled out a napkin and began to use his finger to burn markings into the paper. Arabis loquitur ella, unicum omnibus Egyptia dierum. She speaks Arabic, along with all the other Egyptian deities. Diana reminded him as burning the symbols into the paper and placed it back onto the table. Thanks. Arabic is fairly rusty. I haven't had much practice with it. Naruto explained as the paper glowed red and he downed a small cup of ale. That must be one of your seal. I must say that they're incredibly useful. Diana declared in English with an Italian-like accent. It is. Now how long until Anubis appears here? Naruto asked as a 2-meter-tall pyramid appeared in the room's corner and a jackal girl draped in ornate items emerged from it. I would say about 5 seconds. Diana stated as the Egyptian dress deity moved to the empty seat around the table. The deity had 2 black canine ears standing out of her matching colored hair. Her Arabian-style pants were connected to her panties by golden waistbands. Her lapis-colored neckwear had golden markings that slightly overlapped her obsidian-colored bra. Her canine-themed arms' paws held a golden staff with a scale atop it and had the golden handle of a sword strapped to her waist. Hello, long time no see. The Egyptian deity of death stated in a Saudi Arabian Northern African accent as Naruto lit a oil lamp filled with cypress oil. Likewise Anubis, how have you been? Naruto asked her as he poured out 2 cups of Nordic ale for the deities. Fairly well. I've been spending time with Osiris and Atum-Ra, or as the natives would say Adena Abadono. Anubis informed him as she downs the Scandinavian liquor. Sounds splendid. I hope that your arrival wasn't too difficult. Jehovah's group seems to favor the Shinto land. Naruto explained as he extracted some sweet buns from a small container near his chair and laid them on the table for the foreign gods. It would make sense though. Jehovah's focus tends to stay on Italy and the European countries. Diana agreed as she discussed the intruder to her territory. How did they gain so much sway on there? The Egyptian deity of death asked the goddess of the hunt. The bastard pulled some Deus Ex and sent his child to make people believe in him. Why he changed from Hebrew to Christian is confusing. Diana pondered as she ate the foreign sweet treat. Mehinapep and Denwin seemed to gather around your black rods. Do you know why that might be? Anubis asked him as he set his cup down on the table. Nearly a century ago, I first entered this world. During that time, the land that I appeared was gripped by the Great War. I could feel every life being extinguished, crying out in agony, watching their friends bleed out. I couldn't handle the influx of emotions and began to draw on every available energy source to stop it. It is possible that I called upon draconic energy and infused the objects with them. Naruto theorized as he summoned a small amount of energy in his right outstretched palm. The condensed energy had traces of scarlet, silver, violet, and golden energy. Flecks of dark green, vermilion, and alabaster were occasionally visible inside to contain violent energies. That makes sense, but I would recommend that you keep an eye on that energy. Ouroboros or Office along with the Great Red have been looking for male dragons since the first Great Dragon War. Anubis warned him, while none of them noticed the salamander dragon gear wielder peering around the corner. What is the Great Dragon War? I haven't heard about such an event in recorded history. Naruto asked the death goddess as she adjusted herself in her seat. It has been a while since I've discussed it, but here it is. Almost 5,000 years ago, when I was just a young goddess and had yet to take Osiris's domain, Zenitra the Black, Eindrit the Insane, and Sakid the Evil One began to argue about who was the strongest dragons in existence. Anubis began to regale him as the lamp's smoke began to condense to take the shape of several winged reptilians. One with obsidian scales, another was a kaleidoscope of red, blue and dark yellow, while the last one had a corrupted purple scales. Sakid declared that he was the strongest because he had clearer orange flames. Zenitra disagreed, stating that his green flames were the strongest and that he should lead the dragons. Eindrit grew angry that they seemingly overlooked him and attacked the duo with his vermilion flames. Pedriel, the life-taker, saw that they were fighting and spread word that the contest to be the dragon ruler had begun. Quetzalcoatl, the future Mayan feathered serpent god, declared that he would become the ruler and decided that every South American serpent was under his rule. Soon, every dragon had heard that the contest had begun and hunted down any dragon who competed for the title of dragon ruler. After 100 years of fighting, there only exist a few hundred male dragons left. Eventually Trihexa 666 declared that they would be the dragon ruler and eradicated Zenitra, Eindrit, and Sakid for starting everything. For the next 2.7 millennia, no dragon has willing to risk eradication until Jehovah sealed Trihexa away. 21 centuries ago came the Second Great Dragon War. Yulong the Jade Dragon started it by striking down Nursu the Barbarian and proclaiming himself as the new Dragon King. Nidhugger attempted to claim the title but was stopped by the Yamato no Orochi. This war lasted several decades beyond Christ's birth and demise. This time, Office the Ouroboros ended this one by erasing the last remaining dragon Crom Cruch. Anubis explained as the smoke transformed into a female figure sending a slice through a dragon's neck and the smoke dispersed, extinguishing the lantern. That is quite impressive. How powerful is Office the Ouroboros? Naruto asked them as Anubis and Diana set down their cups. Office is classified as one of the strongest beings in existence. Great Red and Trahexa are the only beings in existence that come close to rivaling her powers. Diana warned him as the two goddesses sat up and moved to the door. As much as I enjoy talking about the dragons of the apocalypse, I have been away from my domain for long enough. The souls have likely built up and left me with a bit of work. Anubis declared as she rose a pyramid around herself and disappeared as the sand structure collapsed to reveal she had vanished inside it. I must leave as well. Goodbye Naruto. Diana declared as she disappeared in a ray of moonlight. Natsu-chan, come out. I can tell you've been listening. Naruto stated as he cleared off the table and turned towards his daughter hiding behind the corner. Do you know Office? Natsu asked him as clean and stored the goddess's drinks. I don't, but I get the feeling she knows of me and you though. The dragon soul inside you and the draconic energy I've drawn in. Don't worry though, if Office does show up I can handle her. Now you should get some sleep. You have school tomorrow. Naruto reminded her as he ushered her to her bedroom and returned to his task. Office is likely going to seek you out soon. Tsuki warned him as he set the ale bottle in its storage case. I know. I'm going to make sure if she does appear, it's as far away from my family as possible. Naruto told her as he pulled out some 85% proof scotch and sat in his chair as he drank a shot's worth of it immediately. You know that angel likely isn't alone. She's likely has 3 to 4 low-level fallen angels working for her and dozens of rogue exorcists. Tsuki theorized as Naruto formed a condensed sphere of light in his hand. Raynare looked like she wasn't the type to give up on something easily. She will likely act again and I'm making sure that she won't get the jump on me. Naruto stated as he sat the crystal-like glass down next to him. What if Raynare or her associates go after Issei or Asia? Tsuki inquired as Naruto crushed a ball of light in his hand. You've seen Mocha-chan's potential strength and Natsu-chan's fighting skill. Mocha can protect Asia and help her learn about Japan. While Natsu could befriend Issei and help her grow stronger. I have to be careful on what I do because this is devil-controlled land. Gremory and Citri clans have heiresses are attending Kuoh Academy, so politics will play a role in everything that happens there. Naruto groaned out as he moved over to his napkin seal and burnt the paper with his chakra. When has that ever stopped you before? Tsuki asked him as he walked to his room. It hasn't, but it makes for poor political relations. If Surzich and the Yanmaus are out to kill me, it will make it a little difficult to move around the underworld and getting Mocha's Magical Girl Milky Spiral 7 DVDs. I can't believe that Serafal is the star of that show. Naruto thought as he laid down on the queen-size bed with crimson sheets laid upon it. Akihito's bubblegum-colored hair was sprawled across the snow-white pillow. Underneath a red-colored blanket, Akihito's black lace sleepwear was partly visible. I'm guessing this is good night. Tsuki asked him as he released a small concentration of chakra to change his normal clothes into orange shorts and a white tank top. Yeah. With everything that has happened, I just want to get some sleep and worry about what's to come tomorrow. Naruto told her as he laid down on the bed and rolled over to hug Akihito, revealing the negative and plain-colored angel wing tattoos. Dream Zone. Hello Naruto, how have you been? A familiar voice asked as Naruto looked towards the sacred tree reminiscent of his final battle and the inside of his seal. I've been well. I hope you've been good as well. I tried to make this place as pleasant as possible. Naruto told the ominous figure who was becoming more clear. White-colored clothing and lavender eyes is similar to every Hyuga member. So how are your children doing? The regal-sounding lady asked him as chairs materialized for them to rest on. They have been doing excellent. Mocha is growing into an impressive young lady and Natsu is so much like me back then it isn't funny. Asia is staying with us for a while, so I hope that it turns out better than before. Kagaya Dono Naruto informed his former slayer as her final attire became visible. And? What if Naruto 10-tailed God the Unfallen DxD end here and thanks for watching my video till the end.